This week, we follow Kevin Garnett and the surging Minnesota Timberwolves, along with a team that's even hotter, the Detroit Pistons. Plus, the Knicks are in the hands of a Hall of Fame coach. We'll look back at Allen Iverson's trip to the 2001 Finals and bring you the top 10 plays of the week.
Lob underneath and a beautiful pass, Francis to Cato. That brings everybody to their feet.
Get out! He's unstoppable! You cannot believe what we just saw! Oh, man, what a dunk!
Tear up that rim, young fella. Sensational!
Oh, I'm shaking in my chair!
We tip things off by taking you into the action in the Western Conference with Kevin Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
First time in a long time I'll see a better kind of spirit. You know, we have a lot of new guys here. It's sort of like a fresh vibe, so to speak. You know, I think everybody's eager. We're all anxious.
Kevin is especially anxious to get past the first round of the playoffs. And recently, the Timberwolves took on the team that knocked them out last season, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. One of Minnesota's new additions, Sam Cassell, scored 15 of his 26 points in the first quarter. And the big ticket wasn't far behind.
How about this one? Nobody picks up Kevin Garnett. Right down the lane, slam dunk. The second-year player of Missouri, the rebound, bounce pass down court. Kobe behind his back. Scoop layup is good.
Yeah, but aside from this play, Kobe was contained by Minnesota.
Down the lane, scoop, handoff pass, nobody there, so they turn it over. Spree then goes down court to Sam, trailing Kevin. What a dunk by Kevin Garnett.
The Timberwolves led it by 14 at halftime and then blew the game open in the second half. Leading the way was Latrell Sprewell, who finished with 30 points.
Pitch it right back outside of Rush. Had it deflected right to Hassel. Down court Spree. Layup good. He went by Bryant. AG against Cook. Bumping, leaning in, driving. Finger roll, yes.
And the T-Wolves earned a measure of revenge with a 106-90 victory. Last week, Minnesota hit the road for New Orleans to take on the Hornets.
Cassell looking in the box where Garnett and Brown are all wrapped up. Here's Hassel in the lane. Turns and gets it.
Minnesota has the NBA's best road record, and they showed the Hornets why. Kevin Garnett finished with 22 points and 14 rebounds, while Latrell Sprewell continued to energize the Timberwolves.
Sprewell baseline, got it, plus the foul.
Meanwhile, Garnett was spreading the ball around, getting teammates like Mark Madsen involved in the offense. The Hornets' offense was in the hands of Baron Davis.
And lays it home. Not that one. Baron Davis.
Trailing in the final 2 minutes, Flip Saunders and the Timberwolves knew just where to turn.
The big ticket. Turns, pump fake, wants the shot. Yes! Minnesota in the lead.
And the Timberwolves got their 3-game road trip off on the right foot by defeating New Orleans 94-89. Next up, the Spurs, with former Timberwolf Rasho Nesterovic and superstar Tim Duncan.
Bowen hit his last shot. Here is the 3-on-1 break, and Sprewell lays it in. So Latrell Sprewell off to a brilliant start.
Minnesota came out hot, but by the end of the first half, San Antonio led it by 4 behind their big man Tim Duncan and electrifying guard Manu Ginobili.
Manu Ginobili is scoring 2 points on his return to action, and that is a spectacular drive in heavy traffic.
But late in the game, Minnesota took over with a 15-3 run. Sam Cassell scored 10 of his 33 points in the fourth quarter, while Latrell Sprewell was getting it done at both ends of the court.
A defensive play by Sprewell going against Parker, stuffs it through.
And Minnesota won it by 7. Now here's the NBA.com Midwest Division standings. The Timberwolves are on top with the Spurs in second. The Mavericks are third after winning 5 in a row. The Nuggets are fourth, followed by the Rockets. In the Pacific Division, the Sacramento Kings lead the pack. The LA Lakers are in second place. They're followed by the Sonics in third. There's a 3-way tie for fourth among the Warriors, the Trailblazers, and the Clippers. You're watching NBA action on Fox Sports Net. Now we take you back into the action, this time in the Eastern Conference, where the Detroit Pistons are hitting on all cylinders. The Pistons began their week at home against the Dallas Mavericks, seeking their 8th consecutive victory. And with a jump start from their defense, Detroit burst out of the gate.
Rip on the run, but the Mavs run back. He'll go to the hoop. 1-on-3. Finger rolled and filled it up.
The Mavericks' shifty point guard Steve Nash kept Dallas in the game, and the score was tied at halftime. But that's when the Pistons floor leader Chauncey Billups began to heat up. Chauncey would finish the game with 27 points, and he had the touch from three-point range.
Chauncey guns for three again. It's through again. 7 triples in the ball game for Chauncey Billups.
And the sizzling shooting of Billups helped the Pistons stay hot as they walked off with another victory, defeating Dallas 115-102.
The winning streak's been extended to 8.
After beating Chicago, Detroit came home to face Vince Carter and the Raptors. And Air Canada was looking to bring the Pistons back down to earth.
Carter with a drive. Reverse Glasser.
Toronto led it by 11 at halftime. But in the second half, Detroit got a huge lift from Mehmet Okur, who scored a career-high 27 points.
Memo pulls his way in. Lays it in.
After trailing most of the game, the Pistons finally took the lead in the fourth quarter as they attacked the basket. And in the closing moments, Richard Hamilton would seal the win for Detroit.
Rip with the turn and go. Got it! School is out. It's 94-89.
The red-hot Detroit Pistons went on to win their 10th consecutive game and their 7th straight at home. After beating Washington, it was on to Milwaukee, where the Bucks had won 10 straight at home. And while Ben Wallace was a force in the paint, Detroit had its hands full at the other end with Michael Redd.
Michael Redd, all by himself.
Richard Hamilton sparked the Pistons with 22 points, and Detroit led by 6 in the third quarter. But then Redd got even hotter, and he just couldn't miss.
Michael Redd, who else? 30 points for Michael Redd.
But in the fourth quarter, the Pistons took the lead for good behind some big baskets from Hamilton, and they kept on rolling with a 99-94 victory.
The Detroit Pistons improved to 28-13. They have won their 12th consecutive game.
Next up, it was the Spurs, as Detroit looked to match the longest winning streak in franchise history. And with a swarming defense on Tim Duncan, the Pistons raced out to a quick lead.
Running opportunity, 3-on-2. Hamilton.
Then, after falling behind, Detroit would rally in the fourth quarter.
Alley-oop to Brooks.
And one of the heroes was backup guard Chucky Atkins, who came off the bench to score 8 of his 14 points in the fourth quarter, as the Pistons earned their 13th straight win.
The Detroit Pistons have tied the franchise record for the lucky 13. Tying the record of the championship team.
Now here's the NBA.com Central Division standings. The Pacers snapped the Pistons' winning streak, and they're now in first place with the NBA's best record. The Pistons are second. In the Atlantic Division, the Nets are in first place, followed by the Celtics. The New York Knicks, winners of 4 straight, are tied for third place with the Sixers. Time now for more NBA action. Now we log on to NBA.com, beginning with a coaching change for the New York Knicks. In his latest move, Knicks president Isaiah Thomas hired Hall of Famer Lenny Wilkens to replace Don Chaney. Wilkens led the Seattle Sonics to their only NBA championship in 1979, and he's the winningest coach in NBA history. Now this 30-year coaching veteran takes on a new challenge in New York.
It's still early enough, and we got a chance that we can make the playoffs. We got our work cut out for us, but I'm an optimist.
The fans have accepted the New York native in the early going, and so is the team. The Knicks have won their first 3 games under Wilkens, and 4 in a row overall, with new point guard Stephon Marbury providing a much-needed lift.
Yes, and it counts. Set up by Marbury.
And guiding the playoff push is Wilkens, who rejoined one of his former players from the Hawks.
I have him for 5 years in Atlanta, and I'm glad to be part of his group again. Everybody thought that Lenny the legend was done, but Lenny's back.
In other news, the NBA celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day this past week. Around the league, teams hosted events paying tribute to the late civil rights leader, while players discussed the impact and inspiration he had given to young people. In Chicago, the Bulls read stories about Dr. King to about 200 kids to help keep his legacy alive.
It's important for not only myself, but other basketball players to step up as leaders and tell our young people about the importance of what Dr. King did and how much that meant to them and to me.
The Memphis Grizzlies helped sponsor a symposium about Dr. King's influence on education and sports, and the speakers included several former NBA players.
If you don't keep people abreast of what was going on then, they won't remember today. The principles and things that he spoke about are, true today, and we still need to continue his legacy of doing that.
We're back with more NBA action.
It's time to go to work.
Now we wrap up our profile of Allen Iverson with a look at the Sixers' run to the 2001 Finals in Secret NBA. Allen Iverson had given everything he had in the second round of the 2001 playoffs as the Sixers defeated Toronto. The question was, did he have enough left to lead his team past the Bucks in the conference finals?
Milwaukee's Ray Allen skywalking, underhand scoop by Ray Allen is good.
As the team split their first two games, it was clear that the battered Iverson was breaking down.
He's hacked, fouled, driven on the ground, takes another bruise. I'm telling you, the little guy, he is something.
He takes a beating.
Nobody else in this league would be playing and laying it on the line like he is. The kid has an incredible heart, and he's trying to play through it, and it's just pretty difficult.
It's sore as hell. Yeah, but only because I started cramping up real bad.
Finally, Allen was forced to the sidelines, sitting out Game 3. He could only watch in frustration as his teammates battled on without him.
And the game is tied as McKee drains the jumper on the right side.
Well, I said they've got a lot of fight. They won't go away.
Yet, despite a valiant effort by the undermanned Sixers, it was the Bucks who prevailed as they grabbed a 2-1 lead in the series.
Sixers played their hearts out without Allen Iverson.
I just couldn't wait for the opportunity to get on the court with those guys again and just try to take my game to another level. Just try to play just extra hard.
Inspired by his teammates' performance, Iverson returned to the court, and the Sixers would take 2 of the next 3 games to force a Game 7.
Snow with 6 to shoot. Takes the outside jumper from the left. Oh, my goodness! Jim, how about that with Eric Snow? Not Allen Iverson, Eric Snow!
Allen was now 1 game away from the finals, and he wasn't about to be denied.
Allen Iverson exploding here in Game 7.
With one more brilliant performance in this critical game, the answer was putting to rest any remaining questions about his leadership.
Iverson shoots a long 3 at the third quarter. Buzzer, it's good! He drew the 3! The MVP for 3 more!
That Game 7 against Milwaukee was something that summed up Allen Iverson's not only 5-year playing career, but I think his life. What you saw was this man who believed in himself so much that you had to believe in him.
Iverson runs down the floor. He puts his hand to his ear. He jumps with joy. He had an unbelievable 44-point performance here in Game 7. Reputations are made in the NBA playoffs, and Allen Iverson stamps his name in the annals of greatness. The 76ers are the Eastern Conference champions, and they're going to Tinseltown. The Sixers beat the Bucks. Oh, yeah!
Hey, yo, man. Y'all boys ain't no joke, man. I love y'all, man. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, that's a team, man. That's a team right there, baby. Woo!
This coach's first time, man. Let's make it a good one, baby. Let's make it a good one, man. 1, 2, 3. Play on!
How you like LA?
Love LA, man. That's where the stars at. That's where the stars are born.
I heard that, but
they're born in Virginia too.
When I met you, was like 17, man, young boy, shy. Now he's 26 years old, NBA MVP, big man on campus.
Allen's journey had taken him farther than he ever could have imagined. He had reached the NBA Finals, and it would be a celebration, not just of his birthday, but of everything he had accomplished.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Allen's ultimate wish of winning a championship would go unfulfilled, as the 76ers would lose to the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2001 NBA Finals. But even in defeat, Iverson won the respect of everyone who watched him play, and he did it with the same heart and determination that had always driven him. In the role of underdog to the powerful Lakers, Allen continued to make legions of new fans.
Just to see his desire to win was something that I really marveled at. And I've always appreciated his competitiveness, but I think that was really something special in my art. The way he's perceived nationally now is pretty special. You know, it's not like he's a renegade kid with talent that doesn't know how to be a team player. Now it's about a guy that everybody admires just because of his toughness and his character, and that's what it's all about.
After the season was over, I wanted to be able to look in the mirror and say, you did everything that everybody wanted you to do as far as being a leader. And you won the championship or you didn't, but you should be proud of yourself. And after the season was over, I was able to look in the mirror and feel good about everything that I did.
The end of the 2001 season closed the door on one part of Allen Iverson's journey, but another part lies ahead. Now in his 8th season, Allen continues to evolve as a player and a person, and he's come a long way from the controversy of his early years.
When he says, there are 1 million people out there who love me and there are another 1 million people who hate me, I think that was true at the beginning. When he says it now, I don't buy it. And the reason I don't buy it is that I believe that he is not only the most exciting player in the league, I think he's the most popular. Where are all those people who dislike him? Check out all the arenas around. Check out how many Iverson jerseys you see. More of them than anyone.
I've never seen anyone transform from the poster in the post office to the recommended poster in your bedroom. I mean, this was unbelievable. The baggage that this man had to carry, the questions that were asked his first, second, third, even fourth year, and he transcends all that, and eventually he becomes truly the poster boy of the NBA.
What don't kill you will make you stronger. And all of the things that he went through personally, off the court, all the things that he went through on the court has made him stronger as a person. He's still the same guy. He's still going out there playing hard and being Allen Iverson off the court, but he's learning the do's and the don'ts and how to conduct himself. So I've watched him turn to a man over the years that I've been here.
I remember in my neighborhood, I used to tell guys I was going to be a professional football player or basketball player, and they used to laugh. And, you know, I used to always say, you know, my mom said I can do anything I wanted, and that was kind of like a joke to them. But, you know, I'm not laughing at them now, but now I'm the one doing the laughing.
Welcome back to NBA action. All right, time now for the top 10 plays of the week in our NBA TV countdown. Starting us up at number 10, it's the Sixers' Allen Iverson, coming up with all the answers on this play.
Iverson leads the NBA in steals. Loose ball, Iverson all the way to the hole.
Iverson, tenacious on defense, able to finally get the dribble going all the way down the floor.
In at number 9 is the Nuggets' high-flying rookie Carmelo Anthony.
Get out of my way. I'm going to the hole.
And Spurs veteran Robert Horry shows he's still got some hops left.
Horry. He's pretty athletic for an old guy.
Checking in at number 7, it's the Bucks' Tim Thomas from half court just before halftime.
Hey, count it, 3, Thomas, a runoff 3 to end the half for Tim Thomas.
At number 6, a rocket launch as Steve Francis connects with Kelvin Cato.
Underneath and a beautiful pass, Francis to Cato. That brings everybody to their feet at Toyota Center.
At 5, how about this long-range alley-oop as the Bulls' Jamal Crawford gets it to Eddie Curry.
Here's the lob.
Oh, there's a team.
There it is. Up he goes.
And in at 4, the Warriors' Clifford Robinson sets up Jason Richardson.
What a pass to Richardson from Robinson.
And that's what you've got to do. Coming in at number 3, off the scramble, the Denver Nuggets are on their run, and Carmelo's on the floor.
UMass, the University of Syracuse, what a pretty play.
Checking in at number 2, it's the Mavericks working the give and go, and Michael Finley goes up strong.
Watch out. Watch out.
Oh, Finley with the dunk over Quintel Woods and then gives him the stare.
It's the number 1 play of the week. Another spectacular highlight from rookie LeBron James.
LeBron James open floor all the way to the rack. Oh, LeBron James, you gotta see it to believe it. That was scintillating.
That's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. Last week's fans on NBA.com said that this sensational dunk from Vince Carter was the number 1 play of the week, and it's certainly worth another look. Remember, you can vote for your favorite play all season long by logging on to the league's official website, NBA.com. I'm Jim Biggins for NBA Action. See you next week.